Morning everyone. In this video I'll be talking about the spontaneous generation versus biogenesis. So I'll discuss about the differences between these two theories. Now this paper is basically from microbiology semester 1 for both major and minor students of microbiology. Okay, and about this paper I have already given short notes in my short videos in previous video topics about the syllabus of CCF microbiology. Now directly comes to the topic. It's a very important topics, okay, in the first year or first paper of microbiology. Now what is spontaneous generation? What is the meaning of spontaneous? Means something will be arise from somewhere. So spontaneous generation means there is nothing inducible forces are there to generate it. So it will generate on its own. Okay. Now spontaneous generation in microbiology tells about the generation or rise of specifically microorganisms from non-living matters. Okay, a very good example of this thing, though it's not a microorganism, but maggots will appear on rotting meats. Okay, so the scientists for spontaneous generation, they make the example of this, okay, for as a proof of spontaneous generation, that rotten meat is obviously a non-living component, and from that the maggots will be arised. So this is the example of spontaneous generation, that any kind of a microbes, whether bacteria, fungi, any kind of a microbes, that will be arised from a non-living matter. Non-living matter means it may be dust, okay, it may be river, it may be water, it may be air. Okay, so any kind of a non-living thing, when a living thing will be produced or generated, that is spontaneous generation. There is no inducible force behind that to generate that microbes or that animal. Okay, so that is spontaneous generation. Now comes to the biogenesis. Biogenesis means obviously generation of living organisms, specifically microorganisms, as you guys will read about microbes. So microorganisms that will generate it from non-living living objects. Okay, so that is basically the biogenesis. Now biogenesis means, a good example of biogenesis is a bacteria that will be generated from existing cell. Okay, an example is, suppose this is a culture media, bacteria that is incubated overnight, and the bacterial growth that was observed on the agar plate. Okay, you will learn about what are the agar plates in your practicals. Now from this single colony forming units of bacteria, or suppose single colonies of bacteria, if you just pick one and stick on some another plate after 24 to 72 hours of incubation, it will again generate same bacterial colonies. So these bacteria will be generated from pre-existing living bacteria, not from the agar plates. Okay, the bacterial colonies which are present on the agar plates, they are the living things. Now from that single colony, a loopful culture from that colony, that will give rise same bacterial colonies on the another agar plate, their culture media. So that is the basic difference between spontaneous generation and biogenesis. And biogenesis is basically comes from Antony van Leeuwenhoek, Louis Pasteur, Okay, so they are the eminent scientists who actually describe the biogenesis process, that is the living matter will generated from the living objects, living things, and spontaneous generation again, that is living matter or objects are generated from non-living things. Okay, so this is a very important topic. There are Prescott, Tortora, these type of books for microbiology. They are suitable to give you an idea about these theories. So I hope you will like this video. If you like, please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.